My story. Chapter 1, First Contact. The SS Endeavour glided through the cosmos, a testament to humanity's ingenuity and desire to explore the unknown. Captain Amelia Reed stood on the ship's bridge, her intense gaze fixated on the azure planet below, Zelare. The air was thick with excitement and apprehension among the crew. Steady as she goes, designated pilot Mike Harrison called out, adjusting the control panel. We're entering their atmosphere. Everyone, prepare for landing. Amelia turned to face her crew, excitement dancing in her chest. This is it. First contact with the Zeltra. Let's make this count, people. Remember, we're here to learn, to build bridges. There was a mix of enthusiasm and nervousness. The crew was well aware of Earth's storied history with alien races. As they descended, clouds swirled around them, framing the ship in a mystical embrace. Altitude dropping rapidly, Mike warned, his brow furrowing. Brace for impact. Hold it steady. You've got this. Amelia encouraged, gripping her seat tightly. Just then, a sudden turbulence rocked the ship. The crew shouted as alarms blared and the lights flickered. Adjust thrusters. Mike yelled, fighting for control of the failing system. We're going down. With a final jolt, the ship crashed, skidding across the vibrant expanse of Zelare, finally coming to a halt in a clearing dotted with bioluminescent flora. Check in. Amelia commanded, unfazed by the chaos, her leadership steady. Everyone accounted for, Mike reported, a hint of relief in his voice. But the landing gear's a bit mangled. As the crew disembarked, the colors of the alien landscape dazzled them. Lush green vines coiled around metallic structures in the distance, and beads of luminous dew clung to the alien foliage. Look at that, whispered Alex, the xenobiologist, pointing at glowing insects dancing in the air. Save the offer later, Alex, Amelia said with a grin. We have a mission. Mike turned, taking stock of their surroundings with a hint of worry. You know, I hoped for a smoother arrival, but at least we made it in one piece. Let's focus, Amelia declared, her voice firm but encouraging. We need to find our contacts. Time to meet the Zeltra. As they walked forward, the trees parted, revealing a figure bathed in light. Aelira stood before them, tall and elegant, her skin shimmering with hues of blue and silver, eyes wide with curiosity and a hint of trepidation. Welcome, travelers, she said, her voice melodic yet tinged with uncertainty. Amelia stepped forward, extending her hand. I'm Captain Amelia Reed, and this is my crew. We come in peace, to learn and understand your culture. Aelira glanced at the outstretched hand, unsure but intrigued. You were bold to come here, humans. Many tales are told of your kind. We've made mistakes, Amelia replied, her sincerity palpable. But we hope to change that. I am Aelira, she finally said, shaking Amelia's hand. Follow me. As they walked, Mike leaned over to whisper to Amelia, she's beautiful, Captain. I mean like really beautiful. Focus, Mike, Amelia chided playfully, though her heart raced a little at Aelira's ethereal presence. Aelira led them to a gathering space adorned with luminescent stones. Other Zeltra had gathered, their expressions ranging from curiosity to skepticism. Why have you come? An elder Zeltra asked, stepping forward. His presence was commanding, his voice deep and resonant. We seek to understand your people, your ways, Amelia declared, meeting the elder's gaze. We want to share knowledge to avoid the conflict that has a conflict, the elder interrupted, a hint of disdain in his tone. Your species has a history of violence. How can we trust you? Mike stiffened at the elder's words, unsure how to proceed. Amelia took a breath, heart pounding but determination holding her steady. I know our past, she said candidly, but I believe we can change. Both our civilizations have so much to learn from each other. If we don't reach across this divide, we risk repeat mistakes. Aelira glanced between the elder and Amelia, visibly moved by her words. Change is not easy, but perhaps it is necessary. I have faith in the value of understanding. Faith, the elder scoffed. You speak of faith? What is faith but a lie whispered to soothe the heart? Aelira bristled, defiance flaring in her eyes. It is hope. You cannot dismiss it. The elder's expression softened slightly as he regarded her. Hope is a luxury we can no longer afford. Amelia stepped in, her conviction resolute. We are not here to bring despair. We want to share not just ideas but stories. We come with our own burdens. Let us tell you of our journey. The elder hesitated, but Aelira stepped closer. Please let them speak. What we can learn may change our future. After a long moment, the elder nodded slowly. Very well. You have my attention, humans. Share your stories. As Amelia and her crew began to tell tales of Earth, its beauty, its trials, the warmth of humanity, they could feel a shift in the air. Aelira listened intently, nodding along, her eyes bright with interest. I had no idea your world was so— The word escapes me, Aelira said after the story of humanity's space explorations. Full of life. Yes, Alex exclaimed, jumping in excitedly. There are so many worlds yet to discover, connections to be forged. Much like what we wish to do here. Even in dark times we find reasons to believe, Mike added, his confidence bolstered by the conversation. The elder held a thoughtful silence, eyes narrowing. Perhaps you are not all as you seem. Yet, the past cannot be forgotten so easily. Amelia nodded, understanding the weight of his words. It won't be forgotten. But we can work to build something new together. Give us a chance. In that clearing, among the twinkling lights of Zelare, something began to flicker. The barriers between them started to fade, and for the first time, the Zeltra stood hopeful, ready to bridge the divide. Chapter 2, Unexpected Bonds. The days that followed Earth's first contact with the Zeltra filled the ship with a new energy. The crew of the SS Endeavour found themselves immersed in dialogue and cultural exchanges, with Aelira serving as a bridge between two worlds. Around the ship, conversations buzzed as they prepared for further meetings, setting the stage for an unprecedented collaboration. All right, everyone, let's gather by the central hub, Amelia called out, her enthusiasm infectious. Aelira will be joining us shortly to continue our discussions. As the crew shuffled in, Mike leaned back against a wall, arms crossed, a playful smirk on his face. You know, I think Aelira is starting to warm up to us, especially you, Captain. Careful, you might steal her heart. Amelia raised an eyebrow, rolling her eyes. Mike, this is serious. We're working to build trust here. Aelira entered the room just then, her translucent skin shimmering under the artificial lights. The moment her gaze met Amelia's, there was an unspoken connection that hadn't gone unnoticed by the crew. Good to see you again, Amelia said, stepping forward. I thought we could share some aspects of our civilizations. I would like that, Aelira replied, her voice smooth yet laced with curiosity. What shall we start with? How about technology? Alex suggested, vibrant enthusiasm lighting up his face. We can showcase some of our advancements, and you could do the same. In exchange of knowledge, Aelira mused, a small smile breaking through her initial formality. We might find common ground in our pursuits. Lead the way, humans. As they moved through the ship, Mike held a holographic projector displaying Earth's technological marvels, the asteroid mining technology, the energy grids, and interstellar communication systems. Fascinating, Aelira remarked, her eyes shining with interest. Your methods of harnessing resources are unique. Unique is one word for it, Mike replied, a hint of humor in his tone. On Earth, we often have to adapt quickly. Limited resources mean we must think creatively. Amelia observed the interaction, smiling to herself. We've all had our failures, but each taught us something valuable. What about your technology, Aelira? I'd love to learn. Zeltra technology is integrated with our environment, Aelira explained, gesturing to the ship's sleek design. We utilize bioenergy, making our systems more sustainable. Sounds like a dream, Alex chimed in, his voice lingering on each word. Imagine a world where everything is connected seamlessly. The harmony you describe is admirable, Aelira nodded. Perhaps we can collaborate on sustainable resources. The crew shifted, excitement bubbling in the air. Just then, a sudden rumble echoed through the ship, sending vibrations underfoot. What was that? Mike asked, eyes wide with concern. Just the stabilizers, Amelia replied, already feeling the familiar whirl of nerves. We've patched up the landing gear, but it needs adjustment. Alex, could you take a look? Of course. Alex jumped into action, hurrying toward the engineering bay. Come on, Aelira, Mike said, gesturing for her to follow. This could be a good learning experience. As they stepped into the engineering bay, Aelira's expressive eyes focused on Alex as he skillfully navigated the intricate mechanisms of the ship. Is it often that your people work together? Aelira asked, leaning on a console. Absolutely, Alex replied without looking up, enthusiasm swirling in his voice. Teamwork is essential, it's how we solve our problems. Togetherness is a value shared among the Zeltra as well, Aelira noted, her gaze never leaving Alex. We focus on communal success. A smirk crept onto Mike's face. You know, I think you and Aelira will get along just fine. Maybe a bit too well? Alex shot him a glare, focusing intently on the machine. I'm just trying to fix this. Is this how humans flirt? Aelira quipped, amusement dancing in her eyes. Flirting? Alex stammered, his hands stopping momentarily. No. I mean, you're right. It does have an amusing quality, Aelira teased, moving closer. Enough of that, Amelia interjected, playfully glaring at Mike. Let's keep things professional while we're here. As they all laughed and continued working, the atmosphere shifted to something lighter, nurturing camaraderie and connection. Hours later, everyone gathered back in the central hub, exhaustion settling in after a fruitful day of exchanges. Today was valuable, Aelira declared, glancing at the crew. I see possibilities. Tomorrow, we'll showcase Earth's art and culture, Amelia said. I want you all to experience what makes us unique beyond the technical. I would love to see what you create through art, music, Aelira mused, her eyes shining brightly. What inspires you? Amelia's smile deepened. You'll see. Different forms of expression hold great meaning to us. As the crew began to disperse, Mike lingered behind, taking a moment to approach Aelira. So, do you really think this can work? Us mingling, collaborating with your people? It must, Aelira replied earnestly. The strength of two worlds working together can create profound change. I believe that too, Mike responded, a newfound determination evident in his tone. We can overcome the past, show that we're capable of more. Hope is necessary, my friend. It ignites the future, Aelira said softly, her gaze steady. Maybe it's more than just hope, Mike countered, contemplating the depth of her words. It's about action, companionship. Aelira nodded, her expression gentle. Companionship can be a powerful thing. Their eyes locked, moments stretching as the intensity of connection deepened. Just then, Amelia called out, breaking the spell between them. Mike, Aelira, let's get ready for tomorrow. I want us all on the same page. Coming. Mike responded, glancing back at Aelira. Tomorrow's a big step. As he turned to follow Amelia, an undeniable bond had begun to take shape, one that transcended boundaries, where past mistakes could be rewritten through unity and understanding. In that moment, new friendships were beginning to blossom, full of potential and possibilities. Chapter 3, Unraveling the Darkness. The sun rose over Zelare, casting an ethereal light across the lush landscape. Birds filled the sky, their songs echoing throughout the forest as the day began. On board the SS Endeavour, the crew buzzed with anticipation for their cultural exchange. All right, everyone. Gather in the central hub. Amelia called, her excitement palpable. I hope your art doesn't involve any more explosions. Mike teased, smirking as he walked in. Just you wait, Mr. Harrison, Amelia shot back playfully. Today we'll show the beauty of humanity through our creativity. Aelira entered shortly after, gliding with grace. Her eyes sparkled with curiosity, taking in the vibrant energy around her. What art shall we explore today? She asked, her voice filled with eagerness. Music, visual art, and storytelling, Amelia said, gesturing for her to sit. Each of these reflects the spirit and journey of humanity. I find it fascinating, Aelira replied, her gaze adventurous. Let's begin. The crew gathered around as Amelia and Alex prepared a multimedia presentation showcasing Earth's music, art, and narratives from various cultures. Mike set up a sound system ready to play a selection of Earth's melodies. Something for everyone, he declared, a dramatic flair in his voice. Get ready. The first notes of a classical piece filled the air, and Aelira closed her eyes, letting the music wrap around her like a soft blanket. It's soothing, she whispered, a soft smile on her face. It tells a story, Amelia explained. Each note conveys emotion. It reflects our joys, sorrows, everything in between. As the music played, the crew shared snippets of their favorite songs, explaining the memories tied to them. This one reminds me of summer with my family, Mike said, nostalgia evident. We gather around the bonfire. And this, Alex jumped in, this song is about resilience and the fight to overcome challenges. He glanced at Aelira, emphasizing his words. Aelira nodded thoughtfully, her expression contemplative. You humans feel deeply through your music. It resonates. Next came the visual art with vibrant masterpieces played on the screen, a gallery of human experience, culture, and identity. The bold strokes of an abstract piece caught Aelira's attention. What does this represent? She asked, captivated. That's a mural reflecting our connection to nature and each other, Amelia answered. It's about unity amid chaos. It's powerful, Aelira replied, her eyes shining brightly. Alex chimed in, art is a reflection of the moments we cherish, the struggles we face. It becomes a piece of our story. Tell me a story then, Aelira encouraged, looking directly at him. All right, he chuckled, standing up. There's a legend on Earth about a phoenix that rises from its ashes. It symbolizes rebirth and new beginnings. Every time it falls, it finds a way to rise again. Like our collaboration, Aelira noted, enthusiasm sparkling in her eyes. From different worlds, we can create something extraordinary. Exactly. Together we can build something greater, Amelia affirmed, her voice filled with conviction. As the discussion unfolded, the atmosphere was filled with laughter and interconnected thoughts. The excitement of sharing their worlds colored the exchange, but amid this camaraderie an undercurrent of tension pulsed in the Zeltra community. Later that evening, as the crew broke for lunch, Aelira paused, her expression shifting to worry. There are some among my people who were troubled by our collaboration. What do you mean? Mike asked, concern creeping into his voice. Some elves believe we should not trust humans, she stated, frowning. They see us as a threat or a diversion. Do you feel that way? Amelia asked, her gaze searching. No. I believe in the potential of this collaboration, Aelira replied with certainty. But the noise is growing louder. We must show them that fear has no place in progress. Mike nodded thoughtfully. What can we do to help? Perhaps we can invite them to witness this exchange, Aelira suggested. Let them see firsthand our collaboration and how we can create a better future together. Great idea, Alex chimed in. If they see our camaraderie, maybe it'll help quell those doubts. Amelia's determined smile reappeared. Then let's prepare an event, music, art, stories, everything we've shared thus far. We'll create something extraordinary that showcases our unity. Yes, Aelira exclaimed. This will be our first step. This is becoming a team effort. Mike laughed, clapping his hands together. Let's show them how amazing we can be. Together, they formulated a plan, pooling their talents to create a vibrant festival of culture. Songs were practiced, artwork was created, and stories were polished, showcasing not only human creativity but also encouraging Aelira to share her own stories and heritage. As the day approached, the tension among the Zeltra community hung overhead like a storm cloud. Aelira sensed the unease in her people as they prepared for the event. Are you ready for tomorrow? Mike asked Aelira, concerned during a private moment. Ready or not, we'll do our best, she replied, her eyes gazing out at the horizon. I can feel their apprehension. They can't judge us by the past if we stand united, he assured her. Perhaps it takes more than just words, she countered, her smile wavering. Action speaks louder. We must change their minds through our deeds. Then let's give them an unforgettable performance, Mike encouraged. We'll make them see who we really are. As dusk fell, the crew gathered for a final rehearsal. They laughed and shared stories, reinforcing their bond, transforming the event into a celebration of camaraderie. Finally, the day arrived for the cultural exchange. The central hub was transformed, adorned with bioluminescent decorations and art pieces from both civilizations. Remember, this isn't just about showcasing what we have, Amelia urged the crew as they took their positions. It's about opening our hearts and minds. The crowd assembled, a mix of curious and skeptical Zeltra. Aelira stood at the forefront, heart pounding as she caught the anxious look on her friends' faces. Let's show them who we are, together, she whispered, stepping onto the makeshift stage. As the first notes of music filled the air, a wave of anticipation rippled through the crowd. The crew performed their pieces, each creation embodying the essence of unity, a joyful symphony echoing through the vibrant atmosphere. Aelira stepped forward, her voice rising above the melody as she began to share the stories of her people, weaving tales of hope and perseverance. Her words, bathed in sincerity, began to break through barriers. Together, we can build pathways, not walls, she declared, her expression determined. Let us learn from each other. Her voice resonated deep within the hearts of her people. As the stories continued, the Zeltra audience listened attentively, curiosity replacing initial doubts. The crew showcased their art and played their music, uniting CUD by her side, and they shared a smile, a shared sense of accomplishment, realization dawning that they had ignited something profound. Together is the key, Aelira whispered, her heart swelling with unity. Amelia nodded, feeling the light of possibility flicker and grow. Whatever challenges lay ahead, they had planted the seeds for a remarkable collaboration that defied boundaries, together. Chapter 4, The Power of Choice. The sun rose brightly over Zelare, its light spilling onto the vibrant hues of the landscape, illuminating the aftermath of the cultural exchange. The air was electrified with excitement, a newfound energy surging among the crew of the SS Endeavour and the Zeltra people. Did you see their faces? Alex exclaimed as they gathered for breakfast in the ship's common room. I think we really opened some eyes last night. Amelia grinned, her heart full of pride. Our first event went better than I could have hoped for. But we can't stop here. We need to keep this momentum going. What do you suggest? Mike asked. He leaned back in his chair, feet resting casually on the table. We should invite the Zeltra Council to further discussions, Amelia said, her expression thoughtful. If they see our commitment to collaboration, maybe we can dispel any remaining doubts. Aelira entered the room, a bright smile gracing her features. Good morning. I hope you're ready for another busy day. More busy than yesterday, Mike said, waggling his eyebrows. But more fun, too. What's on the agenda? Aelira asked, her curiosity piqued. Plans for a council meeting, Amelia replied, standing up. We want to demonstrate that our partnership is beneficial for both our peoples. Then let's draft our proposal, Alex said enthusiastically, already mentally organizing the documents needed. Details about cultural exchanges, projects we could work on together. The more thorough, the better. I can arrange for a joint presentation, Aelira suggested, her voice firm. But we must be prepared for skepticism from some council members. We can handle it, Mike said confidently. We've come this far. Plus, we have a lot to share now. In the engineering bay, the group started fleshing out their proposal. The atmosphere buzzed with collaboration, ideas flowed freely between Amelia, Mike, Alex, and Aelira. Why don't we start by highlighting the benefits of using sustainable technology together? Amelia suggested, her eyes narrowing in concentration. It's a topic I know is important for you. Aelira nodded, her gaze flashing with enthusiasm. And we can illustrate how both our cultures value nature and its preservation. We could even initiate a pilot project. Great idea, Alex exclaimed. Perhaps a community garden that integrates both our plants and technology? Exactly, Aelira replied, clapping her hands together. This would allow us to blend our knowledge. You two make a good team, Mike said with a chuckle, pointing at Alex and Aelira. Only because I'm carrying the heavy lifting here, Alex said, pretending to flex his arms. Please. Aelira laughed, nudging him playfully. I'm betting I could outwork you. Oh, you're on. Alex responded, his competitive spirit ignited. Amelia tried to regain control, unable to hide her amusement. All right, let's focus. We'll meet with the council this afternoon. We have to be prepared. Hours later, they stood before the council chamber, anticipation crackling in the air. Aelira took a deep breath, her expression serious. Remember, some council members may be resistant. Be ready for questions. We've got this, Mike said, giving Aelira a reassuring grin. Just stick together and be genuine. As they entered, the council chamber was filled with Zeltra elders, their expressions solemn. The dim light lent an air of seriousness to the multicolored walls adorned with intricate art that depicted their history. Welcome, travelers, the head elder spoke, his voice deep and resonant. You have come to provide further insights into your intentions? Yes, Amelia began, stepping forward. We wish to outline our vision for collaboration and cultural exchange. We have heard concerns among our people, the elder interjected, his gaze piercing. Your past and the potential threat it poses. How can you assure us you will not disrupt our way of life? By sharing with you our journey, Amelia replied. We want to create dialogue, not distance. Collaboration can yield mutual benefits. The council murmured, casting wary glances at one another. Aelira stepped forward, her voice unwavering. I stand with these humans. Yesterday's event demonstrated what we can achieve together. United, we can create something new. New. The elder's brow furrowed. What can emerge from this alliance? We are not your experimenting ground. Neither are we, Alex added, his tone earnest. We've each faced challenges. By sharing our scars, we grow. We could work together on sustainable practices, enhancing both our technologies and preserving our environments. Another elder shifted forward, skepticism evident in her eyes. What happens if one side grows stronger at the other's expense? Strength does not imply dominance, but cooperation, Mike interjected. We don't seek to overpower. We seek to understand and coexist. There is a foundation within our cultures that emphasizes balance, Amelia said, her tone persuasive yet gentle. This is not just a business arrangement, it is about learning from one another. Are you willing to stake your reputation on this? The head elder asked, scrutinizing each of them. Yes, Aelira declared, unwavering in her conviction. We will put forth our best efforts, demonstrating that we honor each other's traditions. The council exchanged glances, weighing their options. The atmosphere vibrated with the tension of choice. Let us review your proposal, the elder said eventually, motioning for them to present their documents. Together, they began detailing their vision, speaking passionately about cultural exchanges, environmental projects, and educational opportunities. Each idea was crafted to showcase their commitment, their unity. After the presentation, a heavy silence filled the room. Your intentions have merit, the elder finally said, his tone softer. However, it is our duty to protect our people. We must think critically of this alliance. We will convene again to discuss. Thank you for your time, Amelia said, relief flooding through her. We appreciate your willingness to consider our proposal. As they exited the council chamber, the crew breathed deeply, the weight of anticipation slowly lifting. So much was riding on this moment, but they had delivered their vision with sincerity. That went better than expected, Mike said, clapping Alira on the back. I think we made some headway. Let's hope, Alira replied thoughtfully. But we must remain vigilant. The council's approval is only the first step. What can we do next to keep this momentum? Alex asked, a spark of determination igniting in his eyes. Continue fostering trust, Amelia suggested. We need to strengthen individual relationships. More events then? Mike asked, raising an eyebrow. Or team projects? Both, Amelia replied, her tone decisive. We must engage with the community directly. Make them part of this process. Alira smiled, her heart swelling with gratitude. I genuinely believe we can create something special here. You know, I kind of enjoy this teamwork thing, Mike said with a grin. Wait until we really get into it, Alex replied, smirking. I'm already thinking of a community garden. Count me in, Alira said, bubbling with enthusiasm. As they discussed plans, a warmth settled among them, an unshakable bond forming. They knew there would be challenges ahead, but together they would face whatever came their way. Together. Chapter 5 New Horizons. The anticipation in the air was palpable as the crew of the SS Endeavour prepared for the Council's decision. The morning sun cast a warm glow over Zelra, illuminating the bioluminescent plants that seemed to pulse with life. The crew gathered in their makeshift meeting room, each one holding onto a sense of cautious optimism. Today is the day, Amelia said, her voice steady as she glanced around the room. Let's remember what we've built so far and how far we've come. I'm not going to lie, Mike admitted, leaning back in his chair with a nervous grin. I'm feeling like a kid before a field trip. Or a dog at the vet, Alex quipped, causing a ripple of laughter around the room. Can't argue with that, Alira added, her eyes sparkling with amusement. What do you believe the council will decide? I think they'll approve the proposal, Amelia replied, her confidence shining through. But we need to be ready for questions. They might want to dig deeper into our plans. Absolutely, Alira said, nodding. We need to ensure our intentions are clear, not just to them but to the people as well. Soon, the moment arrived. The council chamber was filled with Zeltra elders, their expressions a mix of curiosity and caution. Welcome, travelers, the head elder began, his voice strong yet measured. You have returned to discuss your proposal further. Before we begin, know that we appreciate your ongoing efforts to bridge our worlds. Thank you for allowing us this opportunity, Amelia said, stepping forward confidently. We are here to answer any questions you may have. The elder gestured to the surrounding council members. We have reviewed your proposal with thoroughness. It speaks of various cultural exchanges and projects beneficial to both our peoples. However, some doubts remain. What doubts? Mike asked, his brow furrowing in concern. Mainly, how can we trust that humans will not seek to dominate? Another elder inquired, folding her arms. History tells many tales. We understand those concerns, Alex interjected urgently. And we don't want to ignore the past. What we seek is collaboration, learning from each other's strengths. Trust is built through actions, Alira added, her voice steady. We want to create tangible results. Our first project, the community garden, is just a starting point. You proposed this garden to blend our cultures? The head elder asked, tilting his head in curiosity. Yes, Alira said, her eyes shining brightly. It will incorporate both human and Zeltra plants. It serves not only as a food source but also symbolizes unity. It shows that our differences can come together. Amelia chimed in, and we would like to involve the community in its development. Workshops, educational sessions, all of it will include both our peoples. This is a hands-on approach to collaboration. Creating something together will allow the people to see that we are genuine, Mike pointed out. They will feel that they're part of a shared journey. The council members leaned in, exchanging glances and whispers. What if something goes wrong? An elder asked skeptically. What guarantees do we have that this garden will SD? We have our commitment, Alex responded earnestly. But we are open to feedback at every step. If there is a problem, we will adjust. Flexibility is key. We're not blind to the challenges, Amelia added firmly. We will face them together. The head elder nodded slowly, evaluating their responses. You speak of sincerity. But we require more than just words. Actions must follow words. Understood, Alira said, standing tall. We will begin small, with the garden, and build from there. We want everyone to feel included. Another council member leaned forward, curiosity sparking in his eyes. When will this project commence? Tomorrow, Amelia replied, her voice confident. We can set up an introductory event to outline our plans, answer questions, and engage the community. The room quieted, the council members deep in thought. Finally, the head elder broke the silence. You present a compelling vision. We will support this garden project, but it is contingent upon seeing results and fostering trust among our peoples. Thank you, Amelia said, relief washing over her. We won't let you down. As they exited the council chamber, the crew couldn't contain their joy. We did it, Mike shouted, pumping his fist in the air. The garden is happening. Now comes the hard part, Alira warned playfully, a smile tugging at her lips. We must ensure it flourishes. Exactly, Alex replied, his eyes sparkling with excitement. Let's get the community involved from the very beginning. This needs to feel like a joint effort. Amelia nodded, focusing on their plan. Let's arrange the introductory event for tomorrow. We'll set up information stations, workshops, and a space for discussions. Yes, involve people from both cultures, Mike added enthusiastically. We can have local leaders guide discussions to ensure everyone feels included. Let's also demonstrate how to plant and care for the garden, Alira suggested, her smile brightening. We can show the importance of cooperation at every step. As the day progressed, preparations were made. The crew worked tirelessly, gathering supplies, crafting banners, and planning engaging activities. Alira interacted with her community, inviting them to participate. The following day, the sun seemed to shine a little brighter, welcoming the event. A festive atmosphere enveloped the space as people gathered, curious and eager. Amelia stood at the front, a warm smile lighting up her face. Welcome, everyone. We're here today to celebrate our collaboration with the Zeltra community. Together, we're creating a garden that blends our cultures, a space for everyone. Applause erupted from the crowd, and Alira took her place beside Amelia. The garden will be a living symbol. It will show how we can support one another while learning from our differences. Mike stepped forward, holding up a small seedling. Today, we'll plant these together. Each seed represents our commitment to working side by side. As activities commenced, hands were busy with planting, digging, and laughing. The communal spirit enveloped them as everyone participated, children giggling as they helped their elders. Look at this, Alex said, grinning as he saw Alira demonstrating planting techniques to a group of excited children. She's fantastic with them. It's great to see everyone so engaged, Mike said, watching as the adults joined in, discussing the best ways to cultivate the plants. Amelia approached a small group of Zeltra, smiling as she watched them plant together, sharing stories and laughter. What do you think? She asked, her heart swelling with pride. This is refreshing, one elder replied, his voice thoughtful. Seeing your people so invested in our community energizes many of us. We all have something to gain from this, Amelia emphasized. And we're committed to making it work. The day wore on, with each moment reinforcing what they were building. By the afternoon, the garden began to take shape, growing beyond soil and seeds into a testament of unity. As the sun began to set, casting golden hues across the garden, Amelia eyed the lit faces around her. The joy, the laughter, and an unmistakable connection blossoming. What do you think will happen next? Alira asked, sidling up to Amelia. New possibilities, Amelia replied, confidence sparkling in her eyes. We face challenges, yes, but it's our choice to ensure we tackle them together, no matter what. Together, Alira echoed, and for the first time, both of them truly believed it. The pathways ahead were wide open, brimming with endless potential, with every individual ready to take their place in this extraordinary journey.